Are you in a season of your life where you're wondering, how do I embrace change? Are you in a season of transition and wondering, what is my path forward? How can I get through this? Do you feel like things are constantly shifting and changing around you and you're having a hard time to find your balance? Are you feeling afraid because you don't know what to do about this change? Let me tell you, you are right at home today. I was the kind of person that did not like change, okay, to say the least. I wanted things to stay the same because I value consistency. I grew up feeling a bit anxious about the next moment. I often wanted to feel stable and settled. So the way I figured I can do this was if I controlled everything. If I made sure anything that I could control, I controlled, then I would find my stability. But truthfully, I just wanted things to stay the same. I didn't try new foods. I didn't go out of my way to make new friends. I felt like whatever I have, and whatever is under my control, I'm going to control it. Okay, that's where the control freak was born. It was born out of a deficit. And my relationship with change was uncomfortable. I was often surprised, felt like I had to walk on eggshells. So I don't even like to watch scary movies. I can't take the suspense. Like, that is how deep this was for me. This attitude, this way of living was a product of trauma. I started processing some of this in therapy. I asked my therapist, like, why don't I have friends? Or why don't I find freedom in doing the basic things? Why can other people just jump up and go? Spontaneity. They can get on the road and not have a plan. And for me, that was like, wait a minute, you want to go where? Like, we need to have this lined out. We need to prepare. We need to plan. And so it prevented me from really living life. I had a problem with change. I had a problem with things shifting out of my control. I had a problem with experiencing true freedom. I was about being drug along in life, and it was very unpleasant. The more I wanted things to stay the same, the more I was met with change. I didn't want it to be this way, but I couldn't figure out, if I could, I'd be a very rich woman, how to do anything differently at the time. And somehow I started opening up with the unknown, opening to the idea of the unknown. And then I went through a divorce. And the Band-Aid was ripped off, and everything about how I viewed change changed. I discovered how beautiful change is, how beautiful transition can actually be. I stopped depending on circumstances outside of myself. See, we don't talk about this very often, but the more we want to change and control other circumstances, the less confidence we have in ourselves. We want people to be who they say they are so that we can trust them. It's only because we don't trust us. We don't believe that we have the ability to shift when needed. We don't believe we have the ability to adapt. We haven't built up that inner confidence in who we are, that no matter what happens around me, I know I'm good. I trust me to bring me back to center. I stopped depending on circumstances outside of myself, and I am now living free. Now, I can still be a little reluctant to try new foods, but I do it way more than I used to. I'm not holding my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I am no longer walking on eggshells, baby. Here's one thing I know about life. If we are not changing, we are dead. Change is good. Shifting is good. We just have to develop the emotional infrastructure to handle the ebbs and flows of life. You don't have to be super anxious when you lose your job. You don't have to be overwhelmed when you got to move out of your place and you weren't expecting that. You don't have to. You don't have to. You have other options. There are other plays. It just takes a little bit of work. It takes time, and sometimes it takes being in uncomfortable situations to force us to change our relationship with change. Listen, embracing change can be a transformative and empowering experience. There's a few things that I've learned along this journey, okay, from this control freak wanting everything to stay the same to where am I going to be tomorrow? I don't know. And I'm so willing to go on the ride. These things will help you navigate transition with resilience and positivity. Let me tell you, friend, cultivate a growth mindset. Approach change with an open mind and a willingness to learn and grow from new experiences. You can view challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. When life changed for me, I was like, I want to go through. I want to get on the other side. I want to know what it's like. I want to see what I'm made out of, okay? That finally, I'm leveled. I'm down to the ground. It's up to me with what my life looks like. It's up to me. And it helped me see, like, you want to be free. You want to be spontaneous. You don't have to have things stay the same, Myesha. You want things to grow and shift, and you want to be on the ride of this life. That's what all this is about. I started to view these challenges as opportunities. Number 2, you can practice self-compassion, like be kind to yourself during these moments of change. Don't expect too much out of yourself. Just acknowledge your feelings and emotions and give yourself permission to be there without judgment. Yes, it is heartbreaking when you get a loss and you weren't expecting it. You get a repossession, or maybe you lose your home, or maybe the job that you wanted, the promotion you wanted, they gave it to somebody else. Any of these things, self-compassion will help you navigate change with greater ease and resilience. You can also stay present. Focus on this moment right here, right now. You don't need to dwell on the past or worry about the future. Mindfulness means right here, right now. I started doing meditation, deep breathing. I was doing yoga, whatever I needed to do to stay grounded and centered in times of change. What that means is everything around you is shifting. Some of you have had parents that died, and siblings get sick, and money problems, and all kind of things breaking out all at once. Our world is changing. And in those moments, you got to find a way to ground yourself. You can't rely on anybody to make you feel secure, but you ground yourself. Put your feet flat on the ground. Know who you are and where you've come from. Know what you can do. But these outside things, they make us feel wanted and accepted. We feel amazing when we have money in the bank and we have our spouse loving us the way we need to, and our kids are behaving and our health is aligning. Develop the ability to be okay when it's all falling apart. When you don't have people loving you, when your friends aren't calling you back, when you got family that are jealous of you and reject you, what happens? When your body turns on you and you got illness and all kinds of things, find your center. Ground yourself in who you are. You are not all of those things. You want to learn how to embrace change? Center yourself. Find your peace. And it's not in all this, it's in here. Also, you can embrace uncertainty. When change happens, it brings up uncertainty and unpredictability. And instead of resisting it and fighting for what you want to be certain, look at it as an opportunity for growth, a time to create, a time to see new possibilities. What if it all goes wrong, but what if it all goes right? What if you losing that job allows you to do what you really wanted to do? Trust in your ability to adapt and thrive in the face of change. And I am certain of me, I'm certain of God, that no matter what happens, I am loved. No matter who else loves me, I am lovable. I know that no matter what happens, I can make it, because when I had the opportunity to die and walk away and suffer, I chose otherwise. I said, no, I'm getting up. Get one more round like Rocky. Let's do this. Practice flexibility. Be willing to be adaptable and flexible and adjust your plans. And when you're a control freak, you don't want anything adjusted. Okay, you got to get a better relationship with that. You know what I did when I was working on this? Because I worked on this in therapy. I would be lying to you if I just took it on the chin and just changed all of a sudden. I was analyzing my behavior, that I had the opportunity to go left and I went right. What happened in this moment? What was I needing? And how do I build the strength to make a better decision in the future? And so I started changing my relationship with the unknown. That's what I called it. And it was a whole season of this. And I remember going and getting on roller coasters, right? I'm in my late 30s at this point. And I got on this ride. I said, I'm going to just do it. I'm not going to think. I'm not going to overthink. I'm just going to get on the ride, right? I'm not worried about what's going to happen. And I silenced all kind of opposition to that. Got on this roller coaster. The first one, I think I fainted. I was just on the roller coaster. I think we went to Magic Mountain. I took my daughter and my sister, and I was on some big white ride. And next thing I just like passed out. And then I came back and I just passed out. It was just too much exhilaration for me. And I got off the ride and I said, but you did it. You did it. You didn't think about all the extras. It wasn't a positive experience for me, but I did it. So I go on the second ride, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I got to conquer this. I got to conquer this. I'm going to go with it. Even though the first one was dreadful, I'm going to get on the second one. You know what happened on the second one? I started vomiting. And I was like, listen, I'm not wired for this. At least now I have evidence for why I don't ride roller coasters. It's not because of fear. It's not because I'm out of control. It's because it doesn't align with my 30-some-year-old body, baby. And I was vomiting everywhere because it was too much for me. Give yourself space to have a new relationship with the unknown, and that will help you embrace change in the future. Focus on the positive. Look for silver linings in things. Say, maybe this is an opportunity for me to rebuild. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to change my focus. What can I learn from this? This is hard, and I could do it. A positive attitude and mindset will help you approach change with so much more enthusiasm. And never forget to learn, never forget to reflect. Take out a moment. When I left that amusement park, I took a moment of self-reflection, like, you did it. You showed that you can do it, and now you have evidence for why you don't ride roller coasters. Nothing personal, nothing serious. It's just not my thing, baby. But if we were out, I probably will still jump on one because I don't have that inner critic. I don't have that thing in my mind that says, well, what's going to happen? And what if this? And what if that? And what? That's gone. So I can live and have experiences, and I want you to have the same thing. And as we're going on this journey, let's acknowledge and celebrate our achievements, no matter how small. You navigating change, celebrate yourself. Honor yourself. Look what you're doing. Wow. You faced your fears. You moved through these challenges. Look at you. You're killing it. And if nobody ever tells you, I'm going to tell you right now, you are doing the best you can. And I'm proud of you. I'm rooting for you. So by incorporating all these things into your life, I hope you learn to embrace change as a normal part of growth and transformation. It wasn't that your partner didn't want you and rejected you. It's that you were opening yourself up to the unknown. That at your age, at 40 or 50 or 60 or 30 or 25, you're learning how to do a new skill. You're learning how to live a new way. And that's okay. So if you didn't know, thank you for tuning in. I am Myesha Chaney, author, speaker, content creator, and baby, I am your new best friend. We are stuck for life. I am living my most authentic life, and I'm helping people do the same. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you plan to navigate change in your life and beyond. None of us are going to make it out of here alive. You might as well enjoy the ride.